Hello, all. Today is
Thursday, November
mm, quick. Look at the phone.
November 20th.
November 20th. We used to look at calendars. Trust, and promises. Check your trust and promises. Something I think we all grow up with some idea of when we're young. Promise me this. Trust me. These are things you've heard from probably a very early age. Who do you trust? What promises are you going to keep, or do you want to hear? Well, both of those things are really pretty troublesome. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of trouble into our lives, the way we use these trust and promises. A promise is when someone tells you something, or you tell someone something that you will do or that you won't do. I promise I will. I promise I won't. Or you tell me what?
I promise I will do something, or I promise that
Okay.
I won't do something.
Okay, I'm going to trust that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to trust. See, I want to trust that what Fran says is going to happen. She's going to do it. And vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what could go wrong?
We could disappoint each other. We could maybe not come through with them.
Well, why did I promise that? Oh my goodness. Why did I promise that? You question, what you did. Now you've got to fulfill it. And I don't know if I can or want to. Why did I say that? Or, the other one might feel that I was trusting that you would fulfill it.
Mm-hmm.
And when are you going to? You said you would. Well, it's a very troublesome way to run our lives. From a young age, many people learn that you don't trust promises. You just don't trust in promises. You don't build businesses strictly on promises. No, that's what they have contracts for. Contracts are when something's written out and it says, I will do this, and if I don't, this will happen to me. And you're going to be held to it one way or the other. It may be in a court of law, or you're going to lose money, or you're going to have to pay money, or something. But there's something that binds it. It's binding, control. Okay? It's not just words. It's not just words. So if there's things that are important, you don't just trust it to what's called a promise. Well, the Watchtower put forth promises to people. And that's the one side of it. Promises. They promised. They put forth the Bible's promise. Ooh, it's not just their promise, it's the Bible. Oh, well, now see, if it's the Bible's promise and I like it, I can trust the Bible's promise. Don't you trust the Bible? The Bible's promises are trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are beliefs, and that's what people do. And in this case, the religion of the Watchtower, which they came forth with, they came up with their religion, they pushed those promises on people. And many people like those promises. I like those promises.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
I do
that
too.
it's something that would be, I felt it would be something good for my children. I want something good for them, and it's promised. Well, through experience, we found out that the words of the Watchtower, the words that they put forth aren't trustworthy. In other words, they don't come true. They said one thing, but it doesn't happen. Maybe something else happens. They said they would be one way, they turned out to be another way. It's like, oh my goodness, I trusted them. Now they let me down in their trust. I feel angry. I feel hurt. What else do you feel?
Disappointed.
There's
frustrated.
so many emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And, angry, rightfully. Well, okay, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm just going to keep complaining. Okay, yeah, that's one thing you can do about it. No, I'm just going to go away grieving. Okay, that's another thing you can do about it. I'm going to silently grieve. I'll never forget it. Ooh, that could happen. Or maybe you're going to take actions against them. It says, I'm going to make them pay for their lies. Okay. Yeah, let's see what you can do about that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe you're just going to try. I'm going to make it known to the world that they promised and they did not fulfill their promises. Great, you can do that too. And all these things have some worth. They have some worth. For our part, to be clear what we're doing, we're just at least warning others that the promises of the Watchtower are not trustworthy. Or don't trust them, even though you would like to, because, oh my goodness, those promises just sound so good.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you want them? Oh, of course I would. But why do they promise? Because they want something from us in return for our efforts. So we put forth our effort. We slave for them because we're slaving for God, as they say. But the promises don't come about. In fact, what comes about is abuses. And all sorts of abuse. All sorts of abuse. They just keep encouraged us to keep working, slaving for the master. Whereas really we're slaving for that organization, helping them to enrich themselves, while we ourselves were giving what we had of value. Well, it wasn't very smart. It just wasn't very smart. Had we known better,
We would never have gotten involved.
yeah,
Never.
had we known better, we'd said, nah, that's...
No, thank you. We're not interested.
Just to be sure, to be fair, they warned us from the very beginning. Both presidents declared and knew that religion is a snare and a racket. Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll ignore that, basically. People ignored that. They ignored that. Oh, because they ended up saying, oh, did we say false religion is a snare and a racket? See, we're really true religion. We're the truth. You can trust us. You can trust us. And they proceeded to show that no, we cannot trust you. So, consequently, we were taken advantage of. We put ourselves in a position to be taken advantage of. Well, why'd you do that, Joe? Why? Well, it was based on a promise. And I liked the promise for my children. It was a promise of something special. Wouldn't you want that promise? See, that's when we go to the door and even told them that. Wouldn't you like to have this for your family? Oh, of course. But then others realized, that's a bunch of BS. It's not trustworthy. Don't ever come back. Slam. Well, that was smart. That was smart. That was intelligent on their part. Unfortunately, we failed to act with intelligence. we failed to. So, consequently, you don't get rewarded for failing, do you? Do you?
No.
No.
No reward
I never
for
got
failure.
rewarded in school for
No.
failing.
No, you get a
No,
big F.
there's consequences. I know it's not funny, but realizing it makes you consider that, we're going to have to do something about that. We can't do the same thing that we did before and expect success. So now we're going to have to basically recalculate. We're going to have to go back and think about what we did, how we did it, why we did it. Now we've got to do something differently.
Mm-hmm.
Recalibrate. In other words, if I thought this was special, it's really not. It's not special. But, so now what I didn't think was very special, well, that is more special now that I've experienced the difference. So whereas before we were relying on promises, now we have to start developing plans. Whose plan? Well, your plan, my plan. Well, what's my plan? Based on your dreams. Well, what are your dreams? What are my dreams? Well, I have dreams when I sleep, but I also have something that I dream about when I'm awake. And it's a dream. Because it's not real, but it's in my mind, and I'm dreaming about it, even though it's not real. That's what I'm interested in. Oh, so someone could ask me, well, what are your plans for your dreams? Are you planning on achieving your dreams? Well, how can I do that? Is there a way to achieve our dreams?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it could very well be.
Mm-hmm.
And see, and this is where it's good to find out, is it realistic or is it not realistic? That's where, we have to start discussing them. Discuss them with others.
Mm-hmm.
And some are going to say, oh, you're dreaming. Right? You're dreaming. Well, I know I'm dreaming, but I'd like to see them true. Mm-hmm. Some are going to totally discount them. Others are going to say, yeah, that was mine too, and I'm working at it, and I'm achieving it. Oh, you are? Well, how are you doing that? Well, here's my life. Here's what I've done. There are life stories of people who've done this. Mm-hmm. And the more we consider those life stories and watch their activities, we come to insert ourselves into that activity. And we make our dreams come reality. And we readjust them along the way. You have to readjust them. That's the only way. You don't live by promises. Promises are things, unfortunately, that deceptive people use to take advantage of unsuspecting people. Promises are not something that we base our life on. If we do, we usually get disappointed. Oh boy, promises are that bad, huh? Well, judge for yourselves. Judge for yourselves whether or not you want to promise something and want to come through with it, or whether or not you're going to rely on someone else's promise and how that turns out. Judge for yourself. I'm not going to be the one that say that all people who promise are going to disappoint you. I'm not going to say that. But promises are not something that we base our life on. Plans are.
Mm-hmm.
And acting on those plans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Takes effort. It takes...
Yeah, there's a saying, if you fail to plan, then plan on failing.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
So we need a plan, we need a good plan, and then we need to work at it.
Yeah. And with the assistance of others, because there's others who are working at the same thing. Either they're going to share with you what they found, or they're going to hide it from you. Because, they don't want someone else competing with them, I guess. So that's something you're going to have to be aware of. Not, and some would say, don't, keep your plans private, because others may be jealous of you achieving that, and they may try to discourage you or even disrupt your efforts. Why would they do that? Because some people are jealous. But on the other hand, there are some people that are concerned for your welfare. And you can find out, you will find out through careful going forward and testing, being aware, not being so trusting at first. Trust is something you build in steps. There's a lot of hurt because trust was shattered from being in Watchtower. And there are many people who are leaving, and they're leaving with shattered trust in themselves, shattered trust in the people who are supposed to be their friends, who are now shunning them, shattered trust in their belief in God and whatever higher order there is, shattered trust in themselves, their identity in every way. It all has to be built now. Trust gets built. You can do that. Humans are that way. Humans are builders. They are builders. Humans are builders of everything, including their own personal self-concept and trust and relationships. But really, it's not good for a human to trust someone else to do it for you, or to do it for me, or to do it for my family. Now, usually when someone wants to do that, what they're really saying is, we want to use you. We want everything that you can give. We're not going to give you back anything. We're just looking for you to be our slaves. We're going to trick you. We're going to trick you into it by providing promises that will never come true. But we're going to keep stringing you along with more promises, and maybe even fear and threats of loss. And that's a bitter way to learn. But unfortunately, we need to move on from that and not duplicate that. Faster we do that, with the help of each other, we'll be able to help others prevent falling into that snare and trap. And while proving that we can do something very useful in getting over that. Is there something better? Do we have anything better than that?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything.
No, life is not over. Oh, no, life is not over. No. In a way, your life is just beginning at that point.
No matter at what age you wake up. We were 70. Some are in their 80s.
Yeah. And if you compare yourself to someone else, you'll always come out looking better or worse. So I'm not sure how that benefits you. You may just want to compare what you have now and to what your dreams desire for you. See, that's your future. And you have time for that. Have time. We have time for that by supporting each other with that.
Yeah, let us know what you're doing.
Yeah,
with your
how you're moving
time
forward.
remaining.
Yeah. Interestingly, we're going to be supporting one of the friends who's doing this with her life. She was part of the organization, is no longer. She's written at least one book so far.
2 books.
2 books. She's using her life for that.
She's writing her 3rd book.
And now, then that's about what?
It's about the back room, the judgment seat. So any experiences, any experiences you have being called to the back room, if you want to share them, she would like to put them in her book you can get in touch with us with our email
Yeah.
or our phone number,
Yeah.
or write in a comment right here on the video.
Yeah. What was it like for you, for your experience with those elders, whatever they were, in the back room, and how they treated you? What was your, how did it feel? What did they do? What did they say? Name names, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're glad for their activities. If they aren't glad for their activities, they'll find that out.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for listening.
Yep. Have a nice day.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.